Welcome, everyone. I am Roisin with Defend, a nonprofit organization focused on reducing risk for children and vulnerable people everywhere online. And I am here with my team members, Nusrat and Heaven, to talk about the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children's report, which was released in 2023. It's called the Cyber Tip Line Report, and it's by the ESP, or the Electronic Service Provider. The cyber tip line is a 1-800 number, and the website or ESPs call or go to the report to detail instances of suspected child abuse material. ESPs are required by law to report instances of CSAM they detect.
Some of these numbers are very big, you guys. I don't know if I'm going to pronounce them all right. Because like the
Yeah.
Facebook one is so big
Mhm.
that I feel like it would be good to talk about it. Because like for me personally, I wouldn't have thought Facebook to be one that has such a high number, but like I don't know how to pronounce that number.
Did I hear you say in your opening statement that there's no link between mental health and social media use?
Senator, what I said is I think it's important to look at the science. I know people widely talk about this as if that is something that's already been proven. And I think that the bulk of the scientific evidence does not support that.
Really? Let me just remind you of some of the science from your own company. Instagram studied the effect of your platform on teenagers. Let me just read you some quotes from the Wall Street Journal's report on this. Company researchers found that Instagram is harmful for a sizable percentage of teenagers, most notably teenage girls. Here's a quote from your own study. Quote, "We make body image issues worse for 1 in 3 teen girls." Here's another quote. "Teens blamed Instagram," this is your study, "for increases in the rate of anxiety and depression. This reaction was unprompted and consistent across all groups." That's your study.
Senator, we try to understand the feedback and how people.
It looks like Facebook has the most reports from 2023. I mean, that's a huge number. It's over 17 million. That's crazy, the amount of cases there, ultimately.
It is huge. And if you look at the previous years in 2021 and 2022, it was even more because it's down 15.7%. But
Oh, I
like
didn't notice that. Yeah.
still a massive
Mhm.
of reports
Yeah.
that I would
It's
not have thought.
it's like a good thing that Omegle reduced too, because a lot of kids were using Omegle. So I think that's a good thing that it kind of reduced, but that just means that it only reduced because Omegle is not really used anymore. So what does that really say?
Yeah, and that was a big app. I know when I was younger, being as young as 13, 12 years old, going on Omegle with my friends, there's no protection on there. Anybody can be on there. It's all video, all strangers, and it's usually not a safe environment. And you kind of go in knowing that. So you're
Yeah.
right. The fact that it's dropped 69% from 2022 to 2023 it's great that it dropped, but it's really more like what are they using now instead of Omegle? Are they using it looks like they're using Facebook more now to be endangering children now, which is such a scary thought.
And what about
Yeah.
Snapchat? What do you guys think about that?
Snapchat.
I'm Evan Spiegel, the co-founder and CEO of Snap. Words cannot begin to express the profound sorrow I feel that a service we designed to bring people happiness and joy has been abused to cause harm. I want to be clear that we understand our responsibility to keep our community safe.
Yes, so that raised by 29%. 29.4%. And if you think about it, a lot of kids are using Snapchat too.
Mm-hmm. I feel like
Yes.
Snapchat's one of the biggest apps, but I'm also surprised Instagram's not on here. Because I know for my generation, I mean, this is probably, probably the even younger generation is probably using Snapchat, but I'm 25. I think I'm huge on Instagram. All my friends are. So,
Oh, 100%. I know for Snapchat, it's definitely a much younger, like teenager to maybe early 20s. But then
Mhm.
once you're above that, Instagram is heavily what's used.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Shocked. And
Yeah.
Pinterest. Pinterest.
I haven't used Pinterest in a long time.
I like Pinterest to look up recipe ideas and fashion ideas, but I've never would have thought a day in my life that there are
Mhm.
predators on Pinterest because how? What, like
Yeah.
how,
Yeah.
that
Is
blows my,
there direct messages on Pinterest? Because I didn't even know they were.
I'm not sure. I don't think I've ever messaged someone on Pinterest, but the fact that they found a way, whether it's through photos maybe or links, you know, like if there's a link and
Yeah.
someone touches it and it opens up and now they have access to their camera or something without them knowing.
Wow. That's
That's a scary
scary.
thought.
That's
Yeah,
very scary.
Like, who would have known?
I know, so sad.
And
Moving,
sorry, Twitter and Vine.
As a mother, this is personal, and I share the sense of urgency. X is an entirely new company, an indispensable platform for the world and for democracy. You have my personal commitment that X will be active and a part of this solution. Before I joined, I was struck by the leadership steps this new company was taking to protect children. X is not the platform of choice for children and teens.
Ms. Yacarino, how many minors use X, and are you planning to implement safety measures or guidance for caretakers like your peer companies have?
Thank you, Senator. Less than 1% of all U.S. users are between the ages of 13 and 17.
Less than 1% out of how many?
Of 90 million U.S. users.
Okay, so still hundreds of thousands. Continue.
Yes, and every single one is very important. Being a 14-month-old company, we have reprioritized child protection and safety measures, and we have just begun to talk about and discuss how we can enhance those with parental controls.
and then because to me, when I see Reddit, because Reddit is up 451% from 2022 to 2023, I thought that was just talking about or giving advice. I didn't think it was something that you could use to attack, you know, young people or vulnerable people. It's not a website I would have thought. Like, these people are out here really using any website that they can get their hands on.
Mm-hmm. And I think that Reddit is bad because not necessarily bad because it can be used in like a positive way, but there's also the side of Reddit where you're a stranger, right? Like you're anonymous. You can do whatever. You can make a throwaway account as well. So I think that's what's dangerous about it.
That's true. I never thought about that because I've only used Reddit a couple times. So from how I've looked at it, I had no idea. But that makes sense to be anonymous and kind of get away with the things that you're doing. On that note, we'll wrap up our discussion and make sure you stay tuned to see the next part of the series, which is going to focus on the dating apps. Thank you for taking part, and thank you to our viewers for tuning in. Defend is a nonprofit organization focused on reducing the risk for children and vulnerable people online. Our website is HelpUsDefend.com. Get on there if you want to help protect kids online, either volunteering, donating, or helping taking action in some way. See you next time.